what's up fam? Black Clover in it with a very short page but very action-packed chapter. So we get a very nice opening. We got Noelle fighting against Fana. I'm still a little bit honestly surprised that that Fana has the same name as the human Fana. Obviously, the elf Fana coming first. It's the fact that even though they've had similar names, you have Rill and what was it? Rill as the elf possessing Rill, and just anything. What was it? The elf possessing Luck, I think was Lufu, but it just the exact name. I mean, it's not unbelievable, but just surprising. But he got Noelle going against the elf Fauna, who both of them seem to have a very high mobility based style of fighting. Noelle's got her Valkyrie dress, where she's obviously able to like swim through the mana of the air as if it was water, while Fauna's got these fire wings and actually these cool tails with little fireballs like swirling around her. But here we have Noelle, who actually brings up how when she fought it earlier, she was focusing entirely on control, and when she went against Vito, that it was all power. So she's got to kind of combine them here. And from her lance, actually, this is her Roar of the Sea Dragon. It looks really cool, actually, how it kind of comes out of it and like swirls out of the lance to where it looks like the end of the lance looks kind of like the dragon's tongue. I'm curious to know if this one's as powerful. Similar to combine the two and have a good amount of control here. I mean, it's believable that it might not be as powerful, but obviously, this combo here is very useful. It's set up fairly and pretty nicely. But she actually blows the entire upper body off of a Fauna, who kind of like recreates the upper half out of fire, and she's got a seemingly an upgraded version of the Phoenix robe, the Phoenix feathers robe, and she kind of talks about how after using the forbidden magic and the fact that they kind of came back, they might have a level of magic to a higher degree, and someone like we know already having the high level healing magic, having Phoenix robe and all these other really good healing spells boosted up by an elf level. Just the fact that we do know that they not reincarnate, they have a regeneration from Vito, but someone having this high level of regeneration while being specialized in healing, I mean, that's definitely a surprise, but still believable when you look at the other advancements that elf level boosts have given people. And then we get a nice little switch over of Asta, who's fighting all the different paintings that Rila has brought out, and Asta doesn't have an opening and able to use any of get into his black form, his anti-magic form, and he doesn't believe that even if he did, he would be able to get in close enough to land a hit and undo the reincarnation magic that's on Rill, and having this elf possess his body. But he's also got to keep eye on Mimosa, who obviously Mimosa's not much of a fighter. She's mostly healing. I mean, she has the large sunflower spell, but it's not really going to help her direct on unless she's ranged enough that the flower can take out any of her enemies without getting close enough to damage it or her. And lo and behold, you thought that you were gonna get to only make the Berserk reference my erect, damn, it looks like Black Clover as well, because we've got Asta with Mimosa riding on back, becoming pretty much healing backpack. So he's just gonna carry her around, and she can apply direct heals on contact with her. What was it? The Flower Garden dress? I don't remember the exact name of it, but I really like that actually. It's a really useful idea. Obviously, she's not gonna be that heavy for Asta. Like I don't know, she's pretty small because obviously Asta's short, even if she's taller than him, and she's a girl. She probably only weighs like 100 pounds at max. So as someone like Asta, who the anti-magic swords are probably both heavier than she is, so he's probably fine there, and definitely going to help him giving the healing boost. And then I'm curious to know if I'd have to double check if her heals also give stamina, because where a normal person, Charmy would like come into play of recovering magic, but Asta's is all stamina and physical like fortitude. So if she's able to make it so he's he gets his stamina back, he'll be able to keep fighting. But obviously those sweat drops are showing signs of fatigue. And then we move back to everyone fighting outside of the Shadow Palace. You see just a wondrous wind arc moving on in, and finally back in the fray we got who uses his mana zone and other people aiding him to drive a bunch of his wind spells. I don't remember what was that one. It was like Wind Fang or something. I have to, like I said, I have to double check. I don't know some spells. I don't remember that one, even though that's like one of his most basic ones. Somehow it's completely blanked out of my memory. I wish he used a Towering Tornado. I'd like to see that in a mana zone. That actually would look really sick. But him back, he's in his he's able to take out a bunch of these guys, a bunch of these elves with one hit. And I was kind of like thinking like, is that hype on But then I noticed he's got his Spirit Dive on, so elf boosted and spirit dive boosted. Yeah, it makes sense if he's able to take them out in one hit with some of these lesser elves. But given the title of the chapter, I'm guessing that this is going to be the last additional character to join the fray, just its final challenger. But it's nice to see finally back. A lot of people have been wondering where he's been, and now he's getting flirted on by Charmy, who's going to her Prince of Meals, and poor goddamn who probably doesn't realize it, that his necklace, that's what they want inside the magic stone from it, inside the Shadow Palace, and he's just heading right in there to go help Asta, but he is unfortunately doing what the enemy wants. And actually it's a pretty logical way to get him in there instead of them having to go for him. Charmy hitches a ride, goes in, and she sees I'm curious to know if when she sees all the hellish things inside of there, and you kind of just open up to Rila, who's on a floating kind of like little rock formation, with all these paintings around him. You got this creepy faced thundercloud, this like giant tree, and to Cyclops over at the what is these, some harpies and some large snakes and erupting volcanoes. And I'm curious to know if that's supposed to be the sun overhead or potentially maybe gearing up for an Eclipse reference. I know how much Tabata likes his Berserk, but like I said, short chapter. That it was only 13 pages total. I don't expect Tabata and Horikoshi to always be able to keep up with this since they're fairly young. It's their first manga is being a big hit. Maybe they just need a couple assistants. Maybe they need a couple more, but nice to see how this chapter was laid out. Really nice art. Some of the visuals are really really beautiful. I like this one a lot, even though it's not as like finely detailed and not as kind of visually captivating as that one where Charmy shows up with all of the creepy looking sculpture pieces or painting creations. But it's just nice to look at. I like the idea behind it. But drop a comment below and what you think about this chapter. How much you enjoyed it. Like I said, I liked it a lot. I like the exposition of bringing in as well as set up for more of the fight for Asta against Rila, and just the bit of what a boosted high level healer in an elf state is like, with just like full upper body regeneration. But other than that, like I said, if I can get you to thumbs up the video, befriend the like button, and subscribe for more if you enjoy Black Clover and any of the other videos I make. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I'll thank you all for listening. Bye.